Hello people of YouTube, Rich from PCGamesN here, and I'm joined once again by Ben Barrett.
Hi, hello.
Which could mean several things, but it means we're talking about League of Legends in this instance.
Okay, this time.
Yeah, this time. Patch 7.13 is underway right now on the PBE, and we're going to talk about it. Yeah. So, first up, cosmetics and skins, and this is exciting, isn't it? Riot have released a patch, a bunch of skins for the esports team SKT1.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are the world champions. They won last year. They also happened to win the year before, and not the year before that, but the year before that. They are extremely good at League of Legends, and you know, it's like the structure of the team helps with that, and also they've kept some of the same players, but it isn't the same 5. Basically, so they've released 6 skins, which they do every time. Like sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 6 for the world champions that are based on the champions that they played and use like the color scheme of the team. These ones are particularly nice. They are Echo, Jin, Nami, Olaf, Syndra, and Zac. Basically, I think the reason they've done 6 this time, I might have this wrong, but I think this is correct, is that SKT have such a strong team that basically they have a 6th member that can kind of switch in pretty regularly, and
right.
You know, is good enough to be a
to
main
be
member of the cast.
mainline member.
Yeah,
okay.
and you know, he plays a large number of their games. So yeah, that's what they're doing. They have done this every year. These ones I think are pretty good as well. It's a pretty cool initiative. Like I really like it as a thing that they do. It's something unique to them. There are, you know, a lot of games that have cosmetics based on their pro teams now, because it's a good way to fund pro teams, because it means fans can, you know,
get involved, show their support.
Yeah, you give 25%, 50% to the organisation, and then, you know, that helps the whole esports ecosystem. But you know, Riot really go all in, and that's why, despite the League of Legends World Championships being back in like October, they're only just coming out now in
taking their time,
late June. Yeah, so you know, it takes a lot of time to put these things together. They are super sweet. What there also is here is their coach also has like a skin in game. He's the ward, and so it's like just this little guy with like a clipboard.
It's KKO, right?
Yeah, and he's it's really good. I actually really like that. He's also featured on the actual splash art down in the bottom right hand corner. Yeah,
that's cool.
So it's kind of like a 7 kind of person skin pack, which is pretty sweet, and it's definitely like, I'd say it's the highest quality ward I've seen in a while. It's certainly better than like the ones they just kind of normally put out. So yeah, that's really good. They look kind of really great together. Splash art's really nice. And basically, wouldn't it be great if one of the Western teams could win a World Championships? so that they would get one of these.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that's cosmetics and skins. As always, there are a number of champion balance changes in this patch. Run us through those.
Yeah, so there's a kind of a small sweep across a small number of champions. I don't really know why, you know, this patch isn't particularly huge on that area. I guess partly because, you know, they want the focus to be on the they're releasing 5 skins that are all really good and you know, pretty expensive and, you know, quite difficult to make. But yeah, they're still buffing champions like Kindred and Rek'Sai, who've got fairly large reworks. If you've watched all our videos, like, you know, back in like 7.12, 7.11, they were getting pretty large changes, and they're still kind of, you know, buffing them up, or you know, they got through the nerfs pretty quickly because that's kind of a more urgent problem. Yeah, and then they're now buffing up the ones that ended up a little weaker than they were aiming at. Looks pretty good. There's also like a few kind of little nerfs going on as well. But yeah, like a number of champions getting like, you know, 2 skills change, 3 skills change, but no massive reworks this time around. We're kind of expecting like a new champion in the next patch or the one after, and then we're expecting like a rework to Urgot, which has kind of been promised for a long time, in like a patch after that or a couple of patches after that. The thing is that also Worlds is coming up. Worlds for this year is coming up. That's going to be played on 7.18.
Okay.
So that means that 7.18 will probably be quite a small patch in general, but also the, you know, lead game designer Medler has said they're not going to do a lot of changes before that either, because they don't want to like introduce some kind of massive systemic gameplay change
that everyone has to adapt
yeah, exactly.
To.
Yeah,
right.
And they can't, you know, they can't make sure that it's right before 7.18. So I would still expect like 7.14 to be a fairly normal patch. Like I said, we're kind of expecting a new champion in 7.14, but then 7.15, 7.16, and 7.17, I would expect them to get like gradually smaller in terms of what's actually in there.
So the meta's going to be stable for a little while.
Yeah, I would say so. And also part of the reason for this as well is that they've already started talking about changes they're making for 8.0 for next year's like season patch.
Okay.
And that's promising to be like way bigger than even those normally are. That was also why the mid-season patch was slightly smaller than normal.
Okay, wow, good stuff. And in that same tone, fairly minor changes to items this time around.
Yeah, it looks like there's about an equal number of changes, which means that items are actually getting, I guess, a little more attention than maybe you might be used to if you're used to quite, smaller patches. There's a change to Abyssal Mask, which was expected to be in the last patch, but they started work on it too late, and they said, okay, we're going to take this out, we've got to work on it next time. That should go live this time. It's part of like of the large rework to items that happened last time. It's like the final bit of that. There's also buffs to various support and jungle items, but again, nothing that's going to completely change the way you play the game. And again, yeah, I wouldn't expect that to happen now, apart from the new champion, until 719.
Fair enough. And there you go. That's patch 713 as it exists so far. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell.
Let's do it.
And we'll see you next time. Take care.